we were about to host this hackathon, and I saw that representatives, some of the leading representatives from a couple of the biggest IT companies, digital players on the market. I don't want to mention names, but big ones, right? They would be joining. There would be one from company A and one from company B, and these companies were typically competitors, right? So everybody knows who they are, right? And these people are okay. This person is the best of the field in his or hers methods or disciplines, and vice versa for the other person, right? And these people, by some coincidence or whatever it was, they end up in the same room. It was on blocks up. It's fairly close by. They have this meeting room, and just next to the reading room, you have the harbor running, and the light was coming in this special way, and everything was just
it's
so
magical. You're describing
cinematic,
it.
right? They would sit on each side of the table, and it was like that. These people, they knew that they were competitors, right? They knew that they were from different companies, and one had to convince the other that I'm the right and you're the wrong, and so on. But the funny thing is that after the Friday, where people are meeting up and they're mixing disciplines, companies, whatever, they had a hard time on the Saturday. They still didn't come to an agreement on what challenge to approach. They didn't come to an agreement on what approach would be the right one, or if open source methodologies would be a
in
good
line
idea.
with our
Or
strategy.
exactly, and my impression was that they had so many NDAs around them, that it would be difficult for them to
be compatible.
On the Sunday.
Isn't that the challenge itself, right?
It is a huge challenge, and they realized on the Saturday, these two super bright minds, they wouldn't win any of the categories. They didn't really have a good solution, working proof of concept or anything like it. But they won the realization that sometimes it's not important to represent necessarily one company. It's more important to pitch in and to work together in the liminal space in the industry. In the innovation of the industry, and this is so powerful because
there's always some intersection point, right? So there will be, if we look at them in a Venn diagram, like there will be always some sort of intersection matching point, even if it's only the fact that they realize they have this huge challenge that they cannot come to an agreement. I can see that as a challenge itself. Like, this is happening, this is making an obstacle. Maybe that's the challenge to work to
you have to
work together
to see if you can, if the common interest can outweigh the individual business interest of a certain setting, right? So that's just to say that we see examples of very talented people from very big companies having to also learn that collaboration can become something that is even more advanced than what they knew, and it can have some benefits.
So they're gonna learn a learning lesson home, I'd
hopefully
say.
And hopefully they'll come back, and we will see them go back to their companies and implement in their R&D departments new ways of collaborating. That's what we can hope for, right?